Our next speaker's bio is fascinating and a journey in itself. She moves from owning her own communications and business development agency to becoming an executive director of a Washington, D.C. think tank, where she manages a team of analysts to create future scenarios for the likes of the Pentagon. At some point, she's created projects, she's helped clients, Oprah's called, and her life's continued. She's become an amazing writer, a sort of reality pointer-outer, an all-around sort of ass-kicker, but in like the nicest possible way. Her most recent Firestarter Sessions finds itself soon on many bestseller lists. And I would love to attempt to describe her passion, her enthusiasm, genuine kindness, overall amazingness. But I just don't think I could do it justice. So maybe she can. Please welcome Danielle LaPorte.
A-list, B-list, C baskets, zero inbox, urgent but not top priority, important but not a crisis, crazy. My new time management system is I do what I want when I want to do it, and I'm not much more productive, but I'm in an exceedingly better mood now. I hustle a lot because a big part of my vocational reality has a lot to do with traffic. And if you would have told me in my 20s to not be attached to the outcome of my hustling, I would have told you to suck it. And now I get it. I get that the clench to want to will the direction that things were going in was actually sort of eclipsing my shine, so I just okay, the only thing better than this album cover is this album cover 20 feet high. There's nothing educational about this. I just wanted to see that. The lease, the mortgage, the publishing contract, the distribution deal, the affiliate commission, make it up. Write your own script. Write in the margins, ask for exactly what you want, and you will get it. There's no such thing as a standard deal. I got a book coming out, shameless self-promotion. It's doing pretty good on Amazon so far. That was the first time my dad ever called me and said, I get what you, Steve, what's going on? You and Steve Jobs. My greatest lesson about creating this book, which is what I've been doing since my last PechaKucha 3-4 years ago, was to just put your best ideas in the lead. I almost didn't write the book. And I felt if I didn't get the acumen out and the love out and what was burning, it was just going to wither on the vine. I was going to go on to the next project. So I heeded that and I moved forward. And it comes out on April 17th. This concept has totally changed the way I work this year. We're only into March, but it feels revolutionary so far. Always going for the big deal, the big book advance, the big launch day of my digital product. Always felt like it's out there. There's this kind of anxiety when you're going for the big. Now I'm focusing on what I can do every month that just is steady and flow, and it's just intensely more, yeah, okay, fuck your principles. Galileo locked up, dude, say the sun revolves around us, we revolve around the sun. He said, all right, the Bible is right, and I'm just going to go in my closet now and come up with the basics of modern science as we know it. My lawyer once said to me, forget your principles and just get on with your life, and I did. You could tell I was running out of things that I've learned in the last 3 years because I want to talk to you about guinea pigs. My son ran a great campaign for getting a hamster for his birthday. We left the pet store with 2 guinea pigs. They're not cannibalistic and they're not nocturnal, so they're better to get. Happy people used to irritate me. And I used to think, you'd be much more interesting if you're like a little more depressed. And I realized over the last 2 years, because it's been a lot about resilience for me, that resilience feeds your happiness, and happiness feeds your resiliency. There's actually a culture, an African culture, where the women are raised to be obese. because the men find this more beautiful. The woman on my left here has stretch marks under her arms, and those are a sign of beauty. And it's really got me thinking about the subjectivity and the objectivity of beauty and how we put our definitions of our own beauty in other people's hands. I love this movie way more than I thought I was going to love this. This is a fantastic script that is all about innovation. Innovation requires sacrifice. It requires risk. The first guy through the wall gets bloody, and you never know if it's going to work, but you got to do it anyway. Okay. You don't have to believe in astrology to buy this. I have the most cerebral scientific friends who are like, this Mercury retrograde shit is real. You can Google Mercury retrograde and find out when the planet Mercury, which rules communication, goes backwards, happens for about 2 to 3 weeks at a time, 2 to 3 times a year. This is when you will get into the most intense fights with Rogers and shop, more intense than usual. Okay, Tom Wolfe, Tom Ford, Mark Twain, Karl Lagerfeld, George O'Keeffe. What do they have in common? They are all uniform dressers. And I have this OCD Tourette's obsession with wanting to be a uniform dresser, except I don't want to look like Tom Ford. And I don't want to be a Buddhist monk either, but I asked for some free interns. I got crucified on Facebook for this. I got my first batch of hate mail, arrogant slave driving. You make it sound like you want people to come to your house and feed you grapes and comb your hair. I was like, that would be nice. I'm most creative when I'm kind to myself. And what I've realized, there's kind of a science to self-kindness, which is when I take a break for the sake of nurturing, the idea comes after. When I take a break for the sake of getting the idea within the rest, the idea doesn't come. A hero of mine, a dear friend of mine, diagnosed with cancer 10 years ago, still here. What people don't realize about Chris Carr's story is that she still lives with 24 cancerous dormant tumors. When I'm having a bad day, I just think I can go on. If she can go on, I could just put down the mic and go on. This is the secret to success. And if you can't do what you say you're going to do, tell the truth and tell it fast. One more. I should have ended with that. But a year ago, almost to the week, my husband and I were 4 days from signing divorce papers. And he asked me for dinner. And then we got out of bed 2 weeks later, we went and bought a house. And this is what I know to be true. Let love break you again and again. Love will come to get you.